So do you think like the city has been getting better or worse for like helping people like you?
The same. It's like a wave. It never gets too bad, and it never gets too good. It's always just like this mild wave of like, oh, it's getting a little bit better. Oh, it's getting a little worse. At least the weather's nice. Yeah.
When politicians campaign for mayor and stuff like that, homelessness is always on the question. Whether or not they do anything about it or creating change, that's a different story.
I've been coming here off and on, like on the streets for like 11 years. I remember it being dangerous at points, but not hard. Yeah, I definitely had my fair share of knives pointed at me. I've been stabbed. It was dangerous, but it wasn't hard to do.
San Francisco tolerates homelessness. There are so many agencies, so many sources where you can eat for free, 3 times a day. You can get off the streets. They have so many shelters, and they have case managers here that will assist you in getting housing.
I think the general idea is that once somebody gets housed, it's good. They're better off. We did our job. What they fail to realize, I think what the majority of people fail to realize, or at least people that are not in the know, fail to realize is that when someone has spent a significant amount of time unhoused, there's a separate community that they develop in the streets. They find security in that community. They're able to use without judgment. They're able to go through whatever it is they're going through with that community. When we take them and separate them from the community now, give them their own place to live, now they're independent. And this might be the first time in 10 years, 5 years, however long that they've had to be independent. Sometimes somebody's been so traumatized that they can't be in a room alone, or they can't turn the lights off, or they can't, they need sound, or whatever it is. Some people hear a voice and they have to scream to get that out, and that jeopardizes their stability in housing. They end up getting kicked out, or it becomes a revolving door. So more often than not, if they're not fully equipped to be successful in that housing, they'll fall right back into being unhoused because that's where they're comfortable and that's where they're familiar at.
It's like a whirlpool without the sucking action. You just keep getting stuck. That was what happened here. Is because people were really nice to me and really giving. So I was like, oh, I know I could do it here. And then like you try to leave and do something else, and then that fails, and then you're like, well, back to the safety net, back to the vortex, Because it's this. Do you want to try really hard and fail and probably have a bad time, or do you want the comfort of what you always get?
Do you think the city could be doing more for people like you?
Yes, I believe they can, but will they? That's a good question.
So this is 1035. This is Urban's headquarters. This is one of our 2 offices. We have another office that's at 981 Howard. Yeah, what separates Urban Alchemy from anyone else is the majority of our workforce, which is about 1,100 to 1,300 people nationwide, are previously incarcerated, and of that number are long-term offenders. So some people have done 10 or more years. Myself, I did 30 years. I went in when I was 16, got out when I was 46. I've been out almost 6 years now, and I have a career. But this is where our general work is taking place. This is where the magic happens. As you see, as practitioners, we got supervisors here. We want to be front and center. We don't have a problem with doing the dirty work. We don't have a problem with rolling our sleeves up and saying, we'll take the lead on this. We'll be the vanguard on this push. Because we're coming from a place where we were once the people we're serving. We were once chronically homeless. We were once addicted to substances. We were once incarcerated. We help people get employed. We help people get the documents they need. Just everything that a person can need in that moment. Whether it's just something as simple as something to eat, or directions to the Social Security office, or housing.
Your own bathroom makes a huge psychological difference.
Yeah, it does, because having my own shower, that would be nice. I don't have that. I have to share bathrooms with everybody.
I guarantee I'd still be doing drugs if I didn't have my own bathroom, to be honest.
Some people may need just a short-term fix. Some people may just need to get back on the ball and get that job. They lost their job, they lost their income. Once they get the job and save some money up, they're ready to go. A short-term fix wouldn't help somebody who's chronically homeless or who's been homeless for a long period of time, as opposed to somebody who just became homeless and are already on their feet, doing Uber, doing DoorDash, whatever, to get some income so they can get housed.
The important thing to remember, which people don't often get, is it's far cheaper to subsidize the housing and have them stay indoors, even if they're not paying anything, than it is to have them on the street. Because if they're living on the street, they're using the emergency room as their medical care. So every time they go to the emergency room, we're talking in the order of tens of thousands of dollars. You have to take an ambulance there, then you have to get triage. You probably have a host of other medical issues that need to be attention.
Our job is to clear or address a medical emergency on every single patient that comes on the door, whether they're a member or not. The unhoused population in San Francisco, or at least our population that we see, is fairly significant. The ER sees approximately 150 to 175 patients a day, and it's not wearing on the staff. I think it's wearing on other patients and other people sitting in the waiting room. For a very busy night and there's 20 people in the waiting room or 30 people in the waiting room, there are not enough beds. There are just not enough out there. So it takes up a bed. It takes up a nursing resource.
I think that if people want to help, they need to have a louder voice and demand more for our politicians to take action, to do something about the homelessness situation beyond what's being done.
Because Rodney's got a quick hand.